So.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. Right, let's get into our next game. We've got GP. We've got Robbie.
So at the start of the game, GP was, of course, unleashing the comments of "Feel the force of my something, hear the roar of my full force neutral attack" or whatever it was, and it's like you're playing the new Ike. It's less about the full force neutral attack and more about everything else.
It's GP since time immemorial has loved, absolutely loved hitting individuals with Ike's running attack. That running attack has been yes. He gives you the big whoosh to the face, and he does it in such a way that makes you feel stupid for getting hit by it. Yeah, but a lot of thought goes into GP giving himself this simple pleasure in life. A lot of thought and a lot of conditioning.
Yeah, GP, of course, for quite some time has been very unhappy with the state of Ike in this game. He's always criticized the character for being linear, shallow, a far cry from the character that he has loved rather, questionably for the past well over a decade. And now, finally, with this new update, it's not just about the buffs, it's about the fact that the character as a whole feels more complete. Fair being a more powerful move, down tilt having less knockback so you can get kill confirms off of that, the dash attack being a lot stronger. Meanwhile, of course, Nair, sweet spot, dealing more knockback, so you can't get Nair to up air as readily as you could before. So just overall a lot more balance in the kit. And of course, we cannot.
No, don't remind me. Don't remind me. No, it's
monster of a move now, Aether.
Oh my goodness,
why is that killed?
He just got Nair to up air. Like, we've just spent ages talking about how much more well-rounded this character is. GP has been ecstatic over the last 3 days over how much more well-rounded the character is and how he doesn't have to rely on Nair to up air anymore.
Don't get it twisted.
So much more fun.
Don't ever get it twisted. This character's still stupid and one-dimensional. Don't ever get it twisted.
The first stock we see taken is Nair to up air.
Mind you, though, considering stupid powerhouse characters, we just saw it right there coming out with Monado shield art. RobbieAK47 Shulk cheats. He cheats.
He does very much cheat. Viren, weren't you once a Shulk main alone?
I was back in Smash 4 when that character was not good. But yeah, Shulk is definitely a cheater. This isn't to, of course, downplay anything that Robbie is doing. Of course, the character is still rather difficult to execute everything with. The character is one of the more demanding in the game. Doesn't change the fact that he cheats.
I swear to God, I just saw GP like throwing out Aether in neutral. It's like this guy's character gets rebalanced, and suddenly my guy's feeling himself. That move is. By the way, I played a little bit of Smash today around lunchtime, like in between Jaxter's block.
Oh my!
She's not coming out fast enough to save Robbie from the Nair to up air once again. Oof.
God, he does it again, just like Nair to up air again. This character's so much. Look at your well-rounded champion, GP.
He died at 64. He died at 64. He got Naired up aired at 64. Icon. I'm sick of Ike, man. I'm sick of Ike.
Young Nintendo.
It's like GP's trying to trigger us all. It still works and it's still fine. Except now he's got this unethical example of an up B. Yeah, no, it's my goodness. You get touched by it at the ledge. It's got armor from frame 5. Like, as a kill option, it's actually a good idea to use that move now.
It's a terrifying option. And of course, the one other change we haven't mentioned about Aether is that the first hit no longer clanks with other moves. So, sometimes you'd make that read with Aether, you try to go for the up B, and you clank with someone's jab or something. Now that no longer happens, they'll brute force through the move and kill you for it. That said, though,
via armor?
No, the hitbox itself is transcendent.
Oh,
it doesn't clank.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Now he can just brute force
uninstall it.
himself.
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go downstairs, get my Switch, and uninstall the game.
Hey, we're saying all of this stuff.
I was stuck in it.
Robbie is
Anyway, I'm not losing much.
Robbie's keeping this very, very close. The main thing throughout this game that we've been seeing from Robbie is how he's been utilizing that Shulk Nair. That move, utterly fantastic. It's going to be a lot of damage from Ether, but it's really good at just intercepting Ike just because of that superior range from Shulk. Not very many characters can say they outrange this powerhouse swordsman that is Ike, but Shulk is absolutely one of them.
If Robbie keeps GP in disadvantage at arm's length, GP that is where GP's options are their most limited, and GP has to try and break Robbie's zone. And Ike isn't the best zone breaker. He relies a lot on forcing you to panic in situations, but he needs to put you into those situations first. And to do that, he needs to break your zone. Okay, so there was the dash attack to call out a roll away from Robbie, and GP read it right, but he spaced it wrong.
Oh, that's a punish. See what Robbie can do. Nearly catches the landing with that up air. Hold on.
Wise of him to immediately get out of Monado Smash as soon as the advantage is gone. Again, he's trying to read the rollback with that dash attack. Now, again, Robbie keeping this really, really close once Monado Smash comes back online.
What a switch from Robbie. That was insanely fast. Love that.
Here we go. In the corner, you got to be wary of that fair. It is such a terrifying move, and it's so big.
Robbie just threatening. Robbie's threat bubble in this situation must just be so frustrating for GP. And he reads it. He read it finally.
And it's crazy because that was the only thing he was going for. You saw it time and time again. He searched for the dash attack. He was fishing for it basically because he knew that he knew that Robbie would eventually fall into it. He understood that in the corner, Robbie was going for those kind of fade backs, those rollbacks, and eventually he was going to catch it.
GP, as I've known him over time, has a habit of going for that at the most crucial times. Usually when his opponent is on their last stock. Like, I very rarely see GP take somebody's second or first stock with dash attack. Like, when dash attack is like a real viable kill option for Ike, at times when that's been the case. It's a move that GP can, like, evidently considers to be valuable only once your opponent has suffered mental damage, like some mental conditioning. So you can, once you've scared your opponent into just wanting to be the hell away from Ike. GP was like talking about on Twitter, I've killed so many people with dash attack. I know most of those were last stock dash attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very, very slow game. Also, has to be said, I think it got down to 7 minutes or so on the clock. So it's like, it's interesting because I think, even though it looked like they were kind of batting a lot, they weren't actually engaging that much. So I'll be interested to see who kind of pushes the engagements in this game too. I think Robbie kind of needs to start initiating a little bit more for sure.
I feel like in the low percent neutral game, Robbie has a lot more like shield pressure if he spaces his aerials correctly, and he can push GP into more defensive situations. Robbie using his own up B out of shield, just be like, get off me, you are not the one who gets to push advantage when we're in the neutral.
Damage buff from that fair coming out. The base damage for that move, I believe, was increased from 11.5 to 13 now, and that is only increased when Buster is active.
GP base dodge, air dodge. My goodness, like, yeah, no punish for it. Nobody really wants to step into its range once it's been put out. I feel like that's something that even now that the move's like a bit more notorious, let's say, it's gained some notoriety due to the most recent patch. I feel like people will get better at punishing it again once they stop being like scared of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people in the future won't hesitate to step into that move's range and hold the shield button, because it really is an easy punish once you've shielded it.
Going for the eruption there for some reason, and again, that's what we were talking about. That would have been death for Robbie in the previous update, but this time round, not the case.
Punish.
That's gonna be no big punish from Robbie. He didn't press a single button.
Yeah, he didn't know whether GP was going to land on the platform or not. GP, it wasn't like Ike doesn't have a mix-up to like pull through the platform with that move, but GP was just close enough to the edge of the platform to make it ambiguous. Yeah. I think that was another punish.
Yeah.
Quick draw on shield. But then again,
feels like a little bit of matchup uncertainty from Robbie.
Ooh, okay. Tomahawk grab, back throw. Got him at the ledge. I feel like Robbie needs to do more with GP at the ledge. He's finally pushing the agenda a little bit. I think he can go out and try and pressure with Fair a little bit more when GP's trying to recover like this on stage.
oh, he reads that he's going back to center stage, but just not far enough. He just doesn't know the spacing on quick draw, given where GP can let it go. Oh my goodness, the way he just turned around to look the man in the eye.
Yep, there's that. Can't hang on to that ledge for too long, especially as percents increase, you lose intangibility. Good up smash out of shield, finally punishing that that dash attack on block. It's going to be incredibly important for Robbie as he goes for the set with a dash attack, catching him unawares, taking us up at 100.
Cheers, GP. Throw everything I said about your dash attack habits in the bin.
They just don't like us. They really don't like us. You know, we're trying to inform the audience at home. We're trying to make sure that they get this knowledge about the players, about their habits, and it's just wrong.
Yeah, and the players just like do the wrong habits. It's almost as if they're evolving.
What?
How dare they?
Preposterous.
How dare you?
Players stay the same. They're not allowed to change. It makes our jobs too hard.
You mean I have to watch the game? You mean I have to watch the game and adapt to what the players are doing? I really enjoy how fast Robbie gets into Shield Bernardo. Like at the very moment he senses trouble, when it's an available resource to him.
As said though, I believe it is offline for the time being. It'll be back fairly soon after, you know, Bernardo Smash is gone.
Kill this man, please, Robbie.
And I almost feel like this is probably instilling a little bit more confidence into GP, knowing that he can be as liberal with that option as he is because Robbie is not punishing it.
I don't even think GP tried to push his advantage after that Nair because he knew Robbie was going into Shield Monado and another dash attack taking a stock there from Robbie. He knew Robbie was going into Shield Monado, so he chose to keep stage control and let Robbie land just to get rid of Shield Monado as a factor in the next few interactions.
No air slash out of shield coming from Robbie there. He's at least at the percent where, you know, Ike's gonna get a combo and it's gonna be tough while a Monado Smash is active as well. Monado speed coming out, but the nair into the back air.
Robbie needs to take advantage right now, get into Smash and do something nasty to GP. Otherwise, this game's gonna get slightly away from him.
A slight executional error coming from Robbie right there. He switched to jump instead of smash, so he wasn't able to properly push his advantage right there. And now 3 of those Monado arts are offline, but Speed and Buster, I believe, should be ready to go, and those are exactly what Robbie needs at this point.
No, I would think that with the updated UI that we got in this game, like all of the characters getting... all of the characters with specific mechanics like Monado, getting like buffed UIs to like so that players can tell what their resources are, such as like Villager's Pocket Indicator. I would have thought that Shulk would have gotten something to let you know what the cooldown status of each of his Monados was.
You just have to look at the gray when the wheel pops up. But
yeah, I know.
Yeah. There was that one point where I really thought Robbie was gonna really press his advantage versus GP. GP was pretty much out of resources while off stage, so it could have been really crucial, but now again GP still maintaining this lead, and this is a scary situation.
Like the dash attack attempts from GP, like, oh, he's starting to throw in up tilt now as well to catch roll through. Guaranteed that was the catch roll through, because GP feels like he's done the mental damage to Robbie now with his dash attack.
I did like that from Robbie. He remained very disciplined while in the corner right there. If there's one thing that Ike cannot do at this point, he cannot kill you while you're shielding, right? He doesn't have... He's got down throw, which will kill right now, considering that Robbie does have Smash Art activated, but it might take a little bit more percent for down throw to kill proper.
Ooh,
And that said,
great
though,
call
I
out
don't
on
even
that
think
attack,
GP's
okay.
going to go for it. We know he's going to go for that dash attack.
Oh.
All that up tilt.
So there we go. Like he's fiending for one option at a time, it would seem.
Oh my
Oh,
god! He called it out on stage this time. Robbie getting one on the board. Great clutch right there.
That was really, really good. That was really good from Robbie. Holy moly, what a clutch.
This gameplay right here, I appreciate it.
It's crazy because you consider how low that GP was at that point. I think any other player would have thought that he was going to go to ledge. He was so close to the ledge. I think GP himself probably thought he was going to go to ledge. Instead, he goes slightly above it, and Robbie finally ready for the punish.
Yeah. GP makes his recoveries very ambiguous as to whether he's going to quick draw to stage or go straight to ledge. One thing I'm not seeing Robbie play with at the ledge is, you know, the air dodge exploit on quick draw, where you can run at Ike, air dodge, and that will force quick draw to slash.
Yeah.
And then you can look at trying to get exploit the vulnerabilities in Ether. I feel like that's something that Robbie could perhaps try and play with in this game, because Ike is quite notoriously vulnerable at certain points during Ether. So if you can force GP to try and Ether back to stage.
The problem with that is that will typically entail Robbie, or just generally Ike's opponents, to have to go off stage to commit to trying to edge guard quick draw with that technique. And if you guess wrong in the position, you forfeited all stage control. Ike is back on stage, and now you have to deal with Ike pressing Nair and Fair and all sorts of powerful buttons in the corner, just because you tried to make one sort of guess like that.
This is true. This is true. The benefits, if it does hit, is that Ike will feel the pressure to quick draw higher more often than not, and then predictably, if it works the first time. But then again, it's a gambit, as you said, and a fairly hefty one. Anyway, though, on to game 3, 1 apiece, and the adaptation is coming through for Robbie.
Great up air and the up smash. So much damage coming out from GP. One thing that's kind of interesting that we've been seeing throughout this whole set, really, is that Monado's shield, while of course it's very strong, hasn't been much of a factor in terms of swapping the flow for Robbie. You know, against a lot of characters, Monado's shield is so good at just being able to get out of those combos and allow Shulk to be in an advantageous position. But what happens is, you know, he'll use Monado's shield at the end of an Aether, and the two are just kind of close together, pretty much resetting back to neutral rather than giving Shulk the advantage.
Yeah. Just happy to tap each other's shield with Nair. Robbie tries to get a call out on what I think was a roll, and he was looking for a roll, I think. GP doesn't give it to him and gives him a Nair instead. Now, the two, neither one of them with a particular advantage in the situation. GP with percent advantage. Wouldn't mind seeing Robbie take a couple of grabs.
No jump.
The jump's gone.
No jump. This should be death.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yep. There we go. The vision finally taking out GP's stock.
That's one of the things that GP is... Oh my goodness. GP is so good at not having to recover with Ether. That's the first time I think we've seen him have to use it from below the ledge in this entire set. 2 games before we saw it.
It's kind of funny watching these two characters swing at each other. If just because they're both... Neither of them have the strongest out of shield games. And so, like, any button that's pressed on block, you can pretty much assure that it's going to be safe. And both players just kind of have to respect that.
Unless one of them presses one of those big up Bs. Big risky options. Yeah. Big risky options, but I'm concerned for Robbie in the fact that he has not punished Ether out of shield once yet. GP feels a lot of license to throw that move out.
Grab.
Yep. Robbie just taking it, not giving GP like an option that he wants when GP perceives him to be scared. So GP going for the grab, but Ike not getting a great deal off of grabs except for stage control. Switches into shield Bernardo just to make sure that eruption wasn't going to end the stock should he trade.
Evading to the far corner. All calls out the jump with that forward air, the extra damage and thus extra knockback on that move coming out both in the first and second stocks to take those stocks. Good cross up from Robbie right there. Being ambiguous with that pressure, allowing him to open up with the up tilt and an immediate response.
Yeah, Virum, he got that with the last action that he had left in that Smash Bernardo time window as well.
Yep.
Like, talk about everything coming together. He's like, I am going to call this out, and my last thing that I do in this state will take your stuff. Really good stuff. And now Robbie with the lead, looking to go a game up on GP in this best of 5.
1-1 so far, of course. No punish on the dash attack right there.
Yeah, I think, okay, so GP fell behind Shulk in that up B. Did Robbie know that he was going to? And if so, it shows mastery of your character when you know, like, when the little inconsistencies in your character are going to take place.
Oh, so good. Caught the jump and had that down air impeccably timed. Excellent stuff to GP. What an explosive sequence right there.
I can't believe he's posted in the chat. I can't believe GP's posted in the chat. But he's saying, I fucking hate him.
Oh my god.
Well, really?
Yeah.
I'm sick, quote, Lyra_GP. I hope you lose now. As a professional commentator, I must remain impartial and unbiased at all times. I must be able to, analyze and entertain the audience. And but I've just got to say, fuck him up, Robbie.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I love GP. He knows that.
Listen,
I just want to see good gameplay.
You can love GP and want him to learn that.
Want him to lose.
Or you can love GP and want him to learn that chess beating into get bodied is a true combo. That's tough love.
Also, real quick, I want to apologize if the stream quality is starting to stutter. This machine's been streaming for 8.5 hours. I think it's slowly on its way out. So we can only hope that it'll improve. But we're going into game 4, should I say? Sorry, between Robbie and GP. And we're back on Stadium, boys.
Yep.
Game 4, GP 2-1 up.
Pretty standard layout. Both of these characters have tools that they can use around these platforms, like putting your opponent into tumble and then tech chasing them with huge buttons. There's a lot of leniency in the timing that these characters need in order to cover multiple options the opponent has to take when landing on those platforms. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, big neg good.
Very good. Big nair, big fair. Boy swinging.
GP's got Robbie pinned to the stage. Robbie straight into shield Bernardo.
And again, like, Robbie's not able to properly reversal with the use of Bernardo's shield right there. He's still in disadvantageous positions just thanks to how much knockback Ike's moves have relative to their overall lag.
Or goes for the tomahawk. Cross up tomahawk as well. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. Again, they're just testing each other, like putting buttons on their opponent's shield and then testing their reactions. Not seeing we haven't seen big call outs yet. Either of the players sort of playing their hands, like using their options that they've scored out. But a Nair connects for GP.
Yeah, the back hit of Nair still able to combo quite effectively into that up air. Good. Oh, a bold read from Robbie right there. The idea was there. He was just a little bit off on the positioning for that F smash to connect.
Is it specifically the back hit of Nair that still combos, or can you do it with both sides?
I mean,
back and below.
I would say that the range for the front side in particular is less. The back hit is still pretty flexible because it does a lot less damage and therefore knockback, but Yeah, that combo of course still exists. We've seen that in this set. It's just not as centralized and overpowering for Ike as it was before. Oh, good
My dude.
GP.
My dude said, "Screw it," and backslashed in neutral. Robbie got a little bit of that. Robbie got a little bit of that effort in his system. Had to get it out for a split second.
Oh
and
my
GP almost took his stock at 60%. What am I seeing right now?
Yeah, that actually, you do take extra damage while in Monado.
Oh my!
Extra knockback isn't that high, but still, it's a lot of damage to be taking. Now, GP almost lapping Robbie in percent until that back air coming out and taking GP's stock.
That's what Smash Monado's for.
Yeah, that back air the hitbox is absolutely insane as well. Caught that roll in. Robbie was
Because it
ready.
wasn't Smash 4. That was something special. Good recovery from Robbie right there. Of course, delaying that second hit of air slash allows you to drift closer to the stage. Very important, particularly when Monado jump is active as well.
Good. Robbie's swinging. He wants to pull this deficit right the way back. I like it.
And if there is a character that is capable of doing that, it is Shulk. Shulk, when he has momentum, suddenly you've just gone from 0 to 100 and you haven't even realized it. And it's like, what is going on? His jump is gone. Can he get the edge guard? Unfortunately, misses timing just barely.
But he manages to take stage control again immediately, falling into GP, just pressing a button as well. Really extending himself.
Yeah, Robbie has been playing this superbly for the past like 20 or so seconds. GP has not been able to properly find his footing. I wouldn't be surprised if Robbie is the one to take the second stock after the huge lead GP had before.
Yeah, momentum, like the absolute momentum built up by Robbie in, let's say, the last 30 seconds. Baits that dash attack, uses it just to get back to the middle of the stage. Robbie now careful not to overcommit himself to the momentum that he's earned over the last few seconds. He seems to be winning every 50-50 exchange in neutral.
Oh, and call out dash attack as well.
He's taken the lead. He's absolutely turned it around. GP evens it out with an up tilt. Wow, if we'd have been the one that, if I'd have told you that Robbie would be the one to take the lead in the stock count in this game after that second stock from GP, my goodness.
Yeah, definitely not something that we initially would have seen coming.
Wouldn't have been surprised if they'd kicked me out the call.
Both kind of just slowing the pace after that rather high octane second stock. Feels like the overall pace is a lot more methodical. Something that you would expect probably from both these players. Definitely GP. In all the years I've known him, he's been a very kind of methodical, fundamentals-based player.
Robbie has all of a sudden decided that down tilt is his footsies tool. And I'm kind of here for it.
Oh, his jump is
this
gone.
hard.
Okay, still able to make it back thanks to another jump, but Robbie needs to use his time to find his way back to center stage, but GP is just patrolling it. Finally gets that nair to find his way in.
Robbie had the read on the tech option from GP there, but his up air didn't connect. And unfortunately, GP goes for another quick draw in neutral because Robbie is just not punishing it. By the way, Robbie's managed, I think, gotten a bit fortunate in a couple of recent interactions where GP has quick drawed his shield, and then Robbie has like followed his follow-up option. But I'm pretty sure Shulk can punish that with like an up B out of shield, like guaranteed.
Yeah, air slash out of shield, I want to say is something like frame 10. So it's definitely a flexible option. The strength of it, of course, comes from the range. So stuff that would normally be safe at that range gets punished by air slash.
Oh my god, this is really dangerous for GP. Does not want to be above Shulk in Smash Monado. Oh, he grabs the wrong way. GP's getting away with absolute murder in these last few interactions. Can Robbie find his punish game?
Again, we're seeing the dash attacks coming out from GP. You know that's what he wants.
The mix-up is between dash attack and up tilt. Robbie, don't be anywhere near GP in this situation because nobody wants to get shield poked by Nair.
Oh my god.
Wow, quick draw. If it was charged anymore, that probably would have been the end of Robbie's stock. The backslash gets punished by the dash attack, and that'll be 3-1 to GP.
Why, Robbie?
Why
That
did he
was-
backslash? I'll never
It
know.
was. I think he was looking for the ledge. I mean, I give
Okay.
Robbie the absolute benefit of the doubt and say he was looking for the ledge and just misspaced it. Maybe who knows? Maybe there was a lag spike or something. I can't believe that was the option that he was looking for, or that was the intended result. And GP, faithful as ever, you can rely on GP to be ready with that dash attack in this new world.
Yeah, and that is